Alright, well, I have no idea what that sound is. The squishy sound. And once again, Pigman took my cart. I'm gonna have to fix that situation. Make a more direct rail. Anyway, one thing at a time here. I gotta see what's going on over here. So are these things hostile? Am I going to regret this? Okay. Ah! Or is this a magma cube or whatever? Can I do this? Holy moly, look at that thing. Ah! So do the little ones... Oof! Hey, look at this. Little dudes. I probably am supposed to be killing them with something in particular, and I'm screwing it up right now. Wow. That was freaky. One of these days I'm gonna go ahead and... Let's see, if I hit one pig man, do they all turn... I know they all turn against me, right? Do I dare? No. That'll teach you to ride my trolley unauthorized. Gold? Yeah. And rotten flesh, which I don't particularly care about. Jump into bed. Alright, so here are... See, there's animals in the distance there. Here are, I don't know, I think it's like 7 or 8 double wide pens. And here I'm out over the water. And I'm going to make a total of 17 pens for the for sheep. But they're working out okay. There's this weird like transparent aspect when you're down in the ice. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I guess there's a cave down there somewhere. And then here's the lift. But I kind of wanted to go through this process just in case it's helpful to somebody, because I was trying to figure out a quick way to do this and build in ice. And of course, one of the challenges is that it regrows over itself. Actually, let me do this out here. No. Alright, so, and I have them staggered, so, anyway, they're staggered. So at first I was making two small pens and then connecting in the middle, and that was silly. It was better to just make the big one, as you'll see. But let me first lay the foundation here. Alright, now this happens every now and then. The reason I'm using dirt to dig with is so that I can swap in the dirt block right away. So this is 6 blocks this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't use torches because it'll melt the ice. Actually, you might think that that's helpful to melt the ice, but it's way too slow. It takes way too long, and it's not consistent, and it just took too long. Now for this stretch, I just mirrored what was over on this side, but basically this is what 5 right here by 6, like that, and then two blocks in between each. All that running water, by the way, is the result of the building. Oh, look, there's a dirt block I left in there. Let's see if I can get rid of that. That block there is not strictly speaking necessary, but it seems to help the process a little bit. Okay, so I'll keep going with the foundation here. All right. So by foundation, actually, I mean sort of the outline, the framework of this part. Then what I do is, it's helpful, I find, to have a spot where I can dump source blocks and not have it freeze over again. It only freezes, the water only freezes if it's directly exposed to the sky. So this right here will not freeze. Whereas this down there eventually will. And it may take a while before it does it, but to ensure that it doesn't, because one of the steps that I'm going to do, I have to go underwater, and I don't want it to close up over me. I go ahead and I dispose of source blocks like this around the perimeter. You don't have to do all of them necessarily, but actually, in the long run, it'll help, I thought. See, for example, right here, it did ice over, but it does it at kind of an unpredictable rate, and so I just kind of want to make life a little easier for myself, hopefully. Besides, all this has to go away. See, there's another one. So, may as well just do a little cleanup now, and it'll save having to break stuff again, like that. So again, only source blocks that are exposed to the sky will ice over. If there's water running over a source block, the one below it will not ice over, and the running water will not. Now, sometimes a source block looks like it's running, but that's just an optical illusion, I guess. Alright, so after this, Let me get rid of some of these. There's a couple of... I'm making myself dizzy here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do two things now. I'm going to go underwater, and I'm going to just make a little 2-block pedestal right below this here, just as kind of a little foundation that I can use for part of the process here in just a moment. So let's do that. I'm just going to go boom and boom, and then I'll put one there as well so that now I have a step so that I can get up. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is do the perimeter below the ice itself. Get air every now and then. See, I'm just following the outline of the ice up above. Okay. There we go. All right, so now see, there they go again. Clear out some of this. But we don't have to get too carried away in the middle part here just yet, because we can use that water in just a moment. Okay, so let's see. Now if I do this, let's see here. Okay. Remove another layer. There we go. That's what I was trying to get at. If you just place it real quick and then take it away, you then expose that perimeter area that I just created. So let's do that over here as well. See how sometimes it just pops back really fast. Alright, so that's progressing. Okay, we'll have to dig this out a little more. Trying to go quickly here, but there'll be parts of this that I speed up anyway. Now, as long as I put the buckets of water underneath those floating blocks, they won't ice over. I have to remember to take those off. Sometimes I'm sitting there waiting for the ice to form, and then I realize, like a moron, I left those blocks up. So, all right. So bedtime. And back to work. So there's probably a block right here because this part here wasn't healing. So you just start to recognize when, like, for example, right here, I can't heal this diagonal. So there must be a source block that's complicating things. And it's probably this one. So now when I do it, it cooperates a little better. There's probably this one right here. Dope. I forgot to put it underneath the floating block. Alright, let's clear off another row. Alright, I think we've got this all evened out. Except for this part. But that's okay actually, because these are the, basically I'm making a wall here that's double high, right? Here with the ice block and this block here. Again, looking at the template, you can see. It's 2 blocks high. So you actually have to make the ice, it's from the bottom up, because remember it has to be exposed to the sky. So you have to do the lower part of the wall first and then build on top of it. So that's why I have to actually go one below where the walk area is. But now what you can do is take buckets of water out of the middle here and just start to butt it up against the ice walkway here that's being created. Okay, so you see that's what that block was over here, is to help give it sort of a foundation. Now as soon as this block forms right here, you can get rid of the dirt block just above it. I'm trying to get rid of the dirt blocks because I don't want them to be seen. There is running water though, that's the source of all that noise. So I don't know, if you don't want the running water, you may have to manage this a little bit more to kind of like plug these holes so that it heals. But that sounds like a lot of trouble. That sounds like, as if this is like not a lot of trouble. Remember, I have to do this 17 times just for the sheep. All right, so this looks like running water, but it's actually a source block, I think. We'll see if it works. Yep, see? So it is a source block, even though it looks like it's running. So you can't tell just by looking at it, necessarily. See, now that one looks like still water, and looks, you know, more predictably like a source block, so. Meanwhile, why hasn't this frozen over? I don't know. Kind of just shows it at its own pace. So I'm taking out stuff from the middle here, which needs to go anyway. But that's the source of all this stuff. Oh, there we go. And this one. Now the reason this water doesn't spill over is it follows the rule where water wants to go down the nearest hole, and the hole happens to be right below it, so it doesn't spill over to here. Let's see. Now I can go ahead and get rid of that. I think I already did that one. Okay, so let's continue over on this side. See, I'm not sure why this hasn't continued. Maybe just to help spur it on, I'll what will I do? Well, let's try this. Oops, not that. That and that. Let's see if I can get it to cooperate. See, now I don't know why it helps that, but sometimes it does. So who am I to argue? Now, meanwhile, any place where there is ice already on this first row, actually I can start putting water blocks here. And as you can see, it's working already. Trying to go slow, but I also don't want to make anybody dizzy. Or rather, I'm trying to go quickly, but don't want to make anybody dizzy. Probably too late. Alright, so this is now actually double high, this walkway here, so that's in progress. Sometimes it just takes its sweet time. I suspect some of this water here is kind of interfering with things, so I'm going to go ahead and block off some of this. See if that encourages this to progress. Actually, I can also start cleaning this up. Okay. Now this actually doesn't belong there. Alright, we're getting this water level down a little bit. Now at some point, maybe I can, like I say, I can help it along by blocking off some of this current. It looks a little chaotic, I realize, but, you know, I mean, I've done it a few times here now, as you can see, and you start to notice some of the patterns. Okay, so, alright, this is stalled for some reason. I don't know why this isn't making more progress here. Actually, I suspect this is interfering, so let me get this little tower down a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's going to help a lot. I think. But I don't want this to freeze over yet. This isn't the floor yet. So I don't want this to continue, because it'll just... Yeah, see, I don't want that to happen. Get some crazy currents going sometimes. Ugh. Sometimes it's really fast. And meantime, time for bed again. Alright. So all of this can be taken out. And I can continue to spoon out this water here to plug this up. Alright. Now again, this looks like a... That looks like a big mess right there. But because those are source blocks, one by one, they will eventually freeze over. And so on. And there's a quick jump there. Okay, so that's moving along on that side. Meanwhile, over here, this finally decided to cooperate a little bit. So same thing here. And here. And get rid of this and whatever's underneath it. If you're fast enough, oh, maybe you don't have to do the shadow block. Okay, so that's double wide there, or double high. You see now where we're at? Do a little water cleanup. And we can get rid of this, and this. All right. Now, one thing I find also is that it helps to seed the floor a little bit. And by that I mean just kind of throw in a panel like this. And then you can go in here and actually put a block there. See, so it popped up right there where I had it sort of seated. A lot of these are source blocks, and they're part of the floor, and they can just go ahead and form. But adding those 3 blocks there helped sort of seed it a little bit. And then I'm going to go down here and go ahead and get rid of these. I'm standing on the bottom of the ocean here, but obviously you'd have to swim a little if this was a really deep ocean. All right. Oh no! Okay, that was close. Alright, meanwhile, where are we at? See, so this, I think there's probably a source block under here, but the fact that there's this running water segment on here is not going to allow that to freeze over. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, see, right below it was a source block, and that one there should freeze over at some point. We'll just let it do its thing. Okay, so that's where some of this, like I say, water cleanup comes into play. See, because as I start tidying that up, this starts behaving. All right, let's do this. Okay, this one I probably need to, there we go. And any of these spots that look like they're too high probably have a source block in them, like right up there. Okay, so that's on its way that way. Okay, meanwhile, back at this corner, let's oops, missed. Remember, gotta do the bottommost layer first. And just to help it along, I think I'll do this. Okay. Actually, we're going to revisit this corner also because this is where the piston is going to go. So we'll have to come back to it in a moment. Oops. Ah. Sloppy. There we go. I know, what's the difference, huh? That looked just as sloppy. But no, see, that it turned into a block, so that's what it's supposed to do. This one? That one happened right away. Get rid of the supporting block. And this one. Boink. All right. Almost done with this part of it. Let's see. Some of this cleanup is helped by having some blocks kind of go out into the middle here. I just kind of do this sort of randomly. Just wherever the whim takes me. See how it stops some of those weird currents, so now this still water that's here has a chance to harden. Right. Oh. Gotta do this one first, right here. Alright, get rid of some of these weird currents going on over here. There really is no reason for any of this water to spill over into our floor now. So there's probably no block here, that's why there's this big gap. You see how it gets smaller going up that way, so I'm just gonna point back in that direction somewhere and grab a source block, put it there. And same on this side. And yeah, just making sure that all of these are in fact source blocks. So I lose a lot of dirt. There's a lot of dirt on the ocean floor. But that's a good use for all that dirt that you have dug up. Alright, so temporarily I make little stair steps to get up while dealing with all of this. This end is taking a long time to get going. I don't know why that is. Let's see if we can help it along. I swear there's some kind of logic about what direction the water's flowing, you know, that determines how easily it freezes, but I don't know what it is. It just feels like there's something there. So I could just be making it up. See down under there, there's all kinds of water flowing and gaps created. Okay, so this is good. That's that. Actually, I probably don't need any of this anymore. Because I could fill in the water underneath here a little bit like this. It's kind of noisy. Oh, this one's just being uncooperative. Oh, maybe there's something going on underneath it here. I don't know. Let's see. Meanwhile, what is this? 3 days now? 3 game days doing this? And this is just one of them? Oh, you know, see, look, see? What did I tell you? I leave these blocks floating in the air, and that's why that hasn't frozen. That does it every time. Freeze! Alright. Dumb. Oh, I guess that's one reason to not do that filling up of the water, is it does kind of spill over into here. There, now it's frozen. Finally. Alright, so while that's freezing, I'm going to go ahead and start this part here as well. So I actually need to undo some of this. This part I'm a little rusty on. Oh, it's connecting over here, that's why. Stop it. First of all, I make this double wide so that I can get out. Because I've actually gotten trapped under the ice before. That's no fun. Oh, just hurry up and freeze already. No? Oh, it is frozen. It's just being uncooperative. Alright, I take it back. I should not have put water back down under there, because it's kind of complicating things. Okay. Let's see. So I've been using snow blocks just because I had them around, but it doesn't really matter. It just needs to be a block that can have a button, and it's going to go right under there. And then I'm going to get some glass. These are glass panes. There, there, there. Oops. There. And... oh, man. This is bad aim. There's this convenient little outcropping here. Except for the water flow. Okay. Oh, please. What's going on here? Let's start this over. Ouch. Okay. There. 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 Okay, that's what I meant to do. So it just makes this U shape. Yeah, I clearly should not have broken the pattern, because you see it went all wonky. See, none of these are source blocks down here. It's just annoying flow. That one, this one, and then one more. Okay, so back here, you know, I apologize. This part's gonna just be kind of a jumble because, you know, it's just kind of a confusing mess. I do go under here and place blocks there. Aren't you done yet? There. Actually, let's do this. That's far too annoying. It would have gone a little smoother if I hadn't put that extra water back over there. Honestly, it would have gone smoother. Alright. The other thing too is that I do have these cross members marked off like this and this, you see. And okay, finally. And I can use this little peekaboo hole here to get a couple buckets. And if I do this quickly, I can use the infinite pool that's created here to do this before it freezes over. There. This one freezes quickly. Maybe it's because there's air underneath it, which, you know, might affect, I don't know. I mean, look how quickly it goes. I suspect that the water is, the water on the perimeter here is what slows it down, so. Okay, so check it out. That's kind of looking like the final form. Just need to finish this piston thing. And there's nothing fancy about it. It's a button and a piston, but the button obviously needs to be dry, so I need to get this water out of here, and I want it to be an ice wall all the way down to it. So that's kind of what ends up taking the time, is trying to figure out how to get all this to cooperate. And you know what? For the life of me, I can never remember how to do it. So I ended up doing it and redoing it. Let's see. Let's go over here and do this. So let's do a backing here. Stop pouring in here. Okay. Okay, now I think we have something that we can pour water in right here. Get a source block, pour it right there. It's exposed to the sky. So this should freeze. He said expectantly. There. All right. And then also, we can get rid of this and this and this. But I'm going to keep that one. Get another one. Put that there. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And get rid of this. This one should also freeze. We'll help it by doing that, I think. Boom. Oh, and then... almost like I meant it to work that way. Alright, so now this is... yeah, this is a little alcove of ice on top of the glass. Glass is just a aesthetic choice. It could be any block or whatever. Oh, you know, there's no light down there. You know, one of the design things I said was that I was going to have a redstone torch or whatever. But you can actually see it. With all this ice here, you can actually see the button pretty clearly. So I decided not to use artificial light for that. So I'm using the glass just to keep a nice open area. Okay, so now let's get this water out of here just by doing this. Actually, just one more source block to go here. Get my piston ready. Might be able to finish before the sun goes down. Piston goes here. Button goes here. And then I just put a half block here. That's to prevent... oh, you know what? I forgot. I gotta plug this up here. Ah! Okay. So I was trying to get it done before the sun went down, but that didn't happen. Alright, let me go to bed. Alright, what I was trying to say before everything went awry is that I need to plug this up. Instant. Again, I don't know why. Alright. Okay, so now I can put the button back. Then I can put the piston back. Then I can put the half block in. This space right here, actually, little pigs and little chickens can still get in this little gap. So I actually am not using this arrangement for their pens. But this is just to prevent anything that's one high from getting back in there. But now that I think about it, that leaves just cows and sheep. So maybe I don't even need this half block. But anyway, they all have them. See, look, you can see them all there in the distance. And now this works like that. To get in, I just jump in. Repeat 20 more times. Ugh. The spawning vats. Alright, well, I'm going to keep making more of these, but I thought I'd show you also just kind of where things stand over here. I have some wheat. It's going to get a little noisy over here. There's a chicken in there. And this ledge here allows me to get close enough so that I can do this from up here. There's a little guy. But for fun, I can also do this. There you go. That's the big love fest. I didn't do the sheep. But obviously that sheep there, those sheep there, I'm going to take some out of there. I'll probably just create a ladder and they'll all just sort of spill out. And then I will put them in these pens, and I plan on dyeing their wool so that I have all the colors of the rainbow. There's a really cool color chart on the wiki that has the whole spectrum on there. I think it's by, what is the name? Red Pop-Tarts? Yeah, Red Pop-Tarts. There's an image that has his name on it on the wiki that has all the different dyes. So now I was just being silly there, just spamming the wheat, because you waste wheat by feeding more wheat to a single animal that already has hearts. So you probably want to be a little bit more strategic so that you don't waste it. Like, try to get two that are in proximity to each other if you can. Because if they can't reach each other, they can't make a little one. So, okay, so I'm going to just keep making these spawning pits, the spawning vats, and we'll see how long that takes. Alright, here's where things stand at the moment. I've got 5 more to make. That's the outline for 1, 2, and I think I'm going to put 3 right here. And then I'll put 4 right here. And then 5 right here. Don't know why. I'm thinking that's what it's going to be. Oh, I've got the sound down. You know, I got the sound down because I was catching up on some of Ethos videos, and boy, I just really enjoy those. Ethos Lab YouTube channel. Definitely check it out. He mentioned in the one I just saw that someone named Astronomical said, at least during the pre-release that he was in playing right now, that that if you put fences underneath farmland, you don't trample the farmland. Now, that may have changed since the video or since the release, but that's certainly worth trying out and investigating at some point. Put a fence underneath your farmland, see if it still gets trampled or not. But yeah, so let me see, is there anything? No, I got a little better at making this little alcove. It just requires some dirt blocks there to keep water out of your way. I made this bridge just by having water here and then letting it pour down, but it turns out that that takes longer, and it's not worthwhile because, well, it just takes longer, and I have to go up and down. I can create an infinite pool using the little mold, and then that goes a little faster that way. Let's bring this back up. Not that there's anything here except the rushing of water. And so, yeah, so one thing I'm going to have to do is get some cocoa beans at some point, or lure some brown sheep over. So I'm going to make the brown pen one of these outer ones just in case I find a brown sheep out there somewhere. But more likely, I'm going to have to dig a big tunnel in the nether, way in the distance, to some new area, some new terrain. And I still haven't researched, maybe because I'm afraid to look, I haven't researched yet whether the dungeons and things like that, and ravines and things like that will be spawnable in maps that were started pre, 1.9 or whenever they started introducing those. I hope that's the case, because otherwise I'm not going to see any of that stuff. But surely it's just new chunk generation, right? Oh, that chicken is still in here. But yeah, I'll have to read up on that, or if you happen to know or can direct me to the citing or cite a source that says that you're good to go. I don't know, I may be worrying needlessly. Okay, so I'm going to keep on digging, and we'll see what it looks like when it's all done, and maybe populated with some sheep. I'm going to let some sheep out, but I think herding sheep is going to be kind of tedious to watch. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of it just to see how quickly it seems to want to go, and then I'll work on the rest. I also am not sure that I think I can make all the colors with what I have. What don't I have? I think, let's see. Yeah, I can make everything except brown. Yep, I have brown wool, but I don't have any cocoa beans or coffee beans or whatever those beans are that you can only find in dungeons, apparently. So, oh, sorry, I came over to the racket. So, the only bit of little terraforming that I'll have to do is a little bit right here and a little bit right here, just to have that pattern come into place. And yeah, and then meanwhile, I'm going to be I'm already thinking about what to do to replace this horrible eyesore. Looking at it from up high, of course, it just stands out all the more how sad and sorry it is. I mean, it was purely functional, but now it's just hideous. Yeah. All right, back to work. Well, all the pens are done. We'll take a look at them in a moment. and I've actually started bringing out some sheep, and I remembered that we could use a fishing rod for that, actually, to help with that process. If I can get them out here and get their attention. You. Who wants some? Oh, this guy does. Okay, so follow me. I'll lead him over here. And down he goes. See if this guy's interested yet. Hey. Okay. So I want to be careful so that they don't fall into the other pits that I don't want them in. And right over here. Oh, almost. Okay. There we go. So now I've got 3 populated here, and so I just need to dye their wool and get them going. So I will continue to do this. And I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna populate them with pairs for starters, and then I'll go get the dyes. All right. Everything's populated now with white sheep. Got some babies going. Now I'm gonna go collect some dyes. Back from my main base. There's still 1 or 2 oh, and the pig pen here has a couple of odd men out. I'll deal with them later. And I think there's still one. There was one sheep out here that was not gonna play along. He's over here somewhere. Some rebel sheep. Look at that. He took off. He's like, I'm not having any of this. This is inappropriate. All right, I'm gonna go get some dyes. All right, so I think I'm done. What I have here then are the cows, the chickens. You can't see the chickens because I'm too high up, but this is full of chickens. And then pigs, and then white sheep right here. And I think, I don't know, I might rearrange this a little bit because this is these are pink sheep right here. Here are the colors though. Rose red, which comes right from roses, and dandelion yellow comes from yellow flowers from dandelions. You mix the two, you get orange. This you have to cook cactus in order to get cactus green, and then you combine these two and make lime. Here's lapis lazuli, which you have to mine, and mix these two, you get cyan, and if you mix, I guess, I forget, oh, this and bone meal, you'll get light blue. And then you've got purple, which is blue and red, and then magenta, which is, I forget, maybe it's these two? No, I forget. Oh, this, and this. I don't know. I get them confused. But then there's magenta, and then pink is just bone meal, and red. Then I actually miscalculated. I made 17 pens, but actually I only needed 15 because, oh, okay. So white is one of them, and there are 2 formulas for gray. So basically the grayscale here is black is right there, then gray, then light gray. And then these guys are just white. So maybe I'll just either repurpose these, or I don't know what I'll do with these. Maybe I'll just make more colors on there. But otherwise, here they are in order, is starting with red. Orange and yellow, they look very much the same when they're on the sheep, but I guess the blocks themselves look pretty different. And then it goes this way, and then it wraps around this way, and then it goes around that way. Left a pen here for brown, and then pink is all the way over here. So that's that, and they're already making offspring of the correct colors. And probably what I'll do is in this whatever make whatever house I make out of this thing here, it'll probably have all the ovens and everything, make like a smokehouse either there, or maybe I'll make it in this mountain here. That might be something different. So, all right, well, that's it. And yeah, brown sheep somewhere out there. Surely I can find some brown sheep somewhere. But for now, anyway, I'm gonna feed them some wheat. Actually, I'll probably set up a wheat farm over here as well, somewhere. Maybe one of those automated ones that can harvest using water. I've never made one of those before. But for now, that's it for the spawning vats. And as always, thanks for watching.